In today's math lesson, we're going to graph inequalities. When working with inequalities, the first thing that we find is there might be an open dot at your point of interest, and there might be a solid dot at your point of interest. And we see here that the open dots are only purely a greater than symbol or a less than symbol with no bar underneath of them, while the solid closed dots are greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. They do have a line underneath of them. So I always told myself as I was learning, because I got this sorely confused, was that the bar underneath fills in the hole. It's overly simplified, it is, but it's what helped my brain work. So that being determined now, as it's been hinted at, these two symbols here at the top row, these are both greater thans. The difference is this one here on the left, that is purely only greater than, bigger than, while the one on the right is greater than or equal to. This is bigger than or equal to. So below this, we have less than. While here on the left, again, this open dot is purely only smaller than, less than, and the one on the right is less than or equal to. When you are graphing these inequalities, when you have a symbol that is greater than, that tells us that you are going to be able to shade the numbers that are actually bigger, the bigger numbers. And the bigger numbers are always in the positive direction. The less thans, however, are going to tell you that you will be shading the smaller numbers. And the smaller numbers are the negative direction. So again, oversimplified, the positive direction is typically to the right, and the negative direction is typically to the left. Example 1, we are going to graph x less than -4. -4 is our point of interest. So that's the point that we're going to be looking at specifically. Now we have to discuss what is happening with our symbol. The first thing that we see is that there is no bar underneath our symbol. And that tells us as a result that this is going to be an open dot here at our point of interest, that being -4. The second thing that we see is that our symbol is the less than symbol. And less thans shade the values that are less than -4. Well, less thans, smaller thans, go to the left. And you take this all the way out to the very end of your number line so that you'll know that you've covered all of the options available to you. And there you go. Example 2, graph x greater than 3. So we see in this problem that our point of interest is 3. Now we need to see what is going on with our inequality symbol. Well, we again see that there is no bar underneath our inequality symbol. As a result, at our point of interest, which happens to be 3, we are going to have an open dot. Well, our symbol is a greater than symbol. So as a result, we are going to shade the values that are greater than +3. And values that are greater go to the right in the positive direction. And you take that all the way out to the end of your number line so that we know that all values are accounted for. And there you go. Example 3, graph x greater than or equal to 1. In this problem, our point of interest is that of the value of 1. Now let's determine what's happening with our inequality. Hey, look, there is a bar underneath our inequality symbol. As a result, this bar tells us that at our point of interest, 1, that the dot is going to be a solid dot. Okay, since our symbol is a greater than or equal to symbol, we know that we are going to shade in the positive direction, and the positive direction is to the right. And again, you take that all the way out as far as your number line will let you go. And there it is. In our fourth and final example, we're going to graph x less than or equal to negative 298. So our point of interest is negative 298. That might freak you out because it's a huge number. Actually, it's a really, really tiny number, but you don't need to worry about it. You just have to find it or place it on a number line. What's really important is to see what our inequality is doing. So let's talk about that. Yep, there's a bar underneath our inequality symbol, which means that the point at negative 298 will be a solid dot. And because our symbol is a less than or equal to, we are going to shade in the negative direction all the way out as far as your number line will take you. And there you go.